Jesse Sweeney, a relative unknown, not only making his CageZilla debut, making his MMA debut. Jesse's coming in at 6 feet tall, weighed in. This is a catchweight bout of 160 pounds, by the way. Jesse weighed in at 160.7. He fights out of Royal Martial Arts, which has really come on the scene here out of Waldorf, Maryland. You got head coach Mike Pagano in the corner. You and I were talking earlier tonight. I mean, one of the best coaches we've seen. Trains with killers like Sean Brooks, Tara Groff.
Yeah.
These pro fighters that are really getting these fighters, to where they need to be. So really excited to see what Jesse Sweeney will bring us tonight.
It should be very well-rounded. He has a great team, great coaches.
For fans at home that are not familiar with Mike Pagano is a professional mixed martial artist. Spent many years training with the Miller brothers, Dan and Jim, in New Jersey. Just what you'll see and hopefully what you'll listen to on this broadcast are the clear-cut instructions that he is giving his fighters at every minute of every fight. You and I were talking earlier. Sometimes you have fighters that give codes. Sometimes you have coaches that, don't give you much feedback at all. Mike will break it down to the detail of what he wants you to do.
Yeah, we had Mike Pagano on our podcast, Fight Philosophy podcast, a few episodes back, and man, he is so passionate about coaching. He loves it. He's great at it. And he's one of those coaches that he'll get in there with you, too, so he can not only tell you, but he'll show you. So we'll see how this translates through Jesse Sweeney.
Jesse Sweeney.
And his opponent, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Robbie Jones.
Now, we've seen Robbie Jones in the CageZilla cage before. We saw Robbie make his MMA debut at CageZilla 52. He did lose that fight by first-round submission to the interim lightweight title contender, who we will see later tonight, Elijah Cisse. Robbie Jones is going to be the smaller fighter, the shorter fighter, I should say, coming in at 5'6". But Robbie did weigh in at 160.2. Robbie coming in out of Makito, out of Bailey's Crossroads, another one of the more well-respected gyms in the state and in the region, trained by former Bellator vet Brent Hess. Again, Jones coming in with an 0-1 record. Tapology does rate him as the 97th active amateur welterweight in the state of Virginia. And has fought some pretty tough guys. The combined records of his opponents, 3 wins, 1 loss. So Robbie Jones looking to get back in that, break that win column here tonight in his second MMA fight.
Yeah, anybody coming out of Makito step into this cage, I expect to see some exciting movement, some good striking, well-rounded overall. These guys from Makito have been in this cage for a long time now.
Yeah. For the hardcore fans that may be watching, one of the legendary Makito fighters, Umair Haq, who I don't know if you saw the fight against Ahmed Karetli years ago, Chad. My favorite fight of all time.
Yeah, those guys are exciting every time they step into the cage.
So again, Robbie Jones in the fighter check-in area, getting checked by Michael Dolman. Got the cup, got the mouthpiece ready to go. Robbie Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for a 3-minute round. CageZilla catchweight of 160 pounds. Starting out, fighting out of the right corner. Sitting 6 foot tall and weighing in at 160 pounds. Fighting out of Royal Martial Arts, it's Jesse Sweeney. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Sitting 5'6" and weighing in at 160 pounds. Fighting out of Makito, it's Robbie Jones. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3-minute rounds at the CageZilla catchweight of 160 pounds. Your referee is Mello.
All right, Mello back in the cage again as our referee. Jesse Sweeney coming out in the black gloves with red tape. Robbie Jones coming out black gloves, blue tape. And Chad, got to tell you, one thing I've noticed with Jesse, MMA debut, look how calm he looks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's very calm, looks very confident. I mean, he trains with killers, so he should be calm and confident. But, man, that was a blast double if I've ever seen one right there.
Jones came in with a big right hand to set the night off. Sweeney countered. Jones said enough of that. Let's go to the ground.
Yep.
Great double leg.
Robbie
right
goes
into
straight
full
to the
mount.
mount. Oh, Jesse turned the wrong way. And Robbie is attacking that grappling. He's going after it. Straight on the back. Going for the rear naked already.
That's in there, Chad.
He keeps adjusting it, though. I'm wondering what he feels like he's missing.
He keeps rolling off.
Yeah, his hips are not in line. Sweeney escapes it. That's some toughness right there. These guys are coming out like buzzsaws, man.
So, Chad, with Jones not being able to finish that, is that a case of not getting position before submission?
Exactly. I think that's exactly what it is. He never got his hips in place. If you get your hips in place, then you can take your time attacking that choke. He kind of went straight at it, got a little bit excited, and he made a few adjustments on it. Now he's just laying down some ground and pound there.
Jones is a man possessed right now.
Yeah.
Hacho Indermello looking at the fight, making sure Sweeney's okay, because Sweeney just absorbed about 10 straight left hands.
You could tell on Robbie Jones' face at CageZilla 52, he felt robbed. When he lost that fight, he came into that fight very confident and left dejected, and he's taking it out here on Jesse Sweeney.
He's definitely doing that. And he's back on the back again. He gets Jesse flat.
There's the
and
tap.
he gets the tap that time.
Robbie Jones, rear naked choke, big win.
He got what he wanted that time. That does not go
Must
to the ref
have had
decision.
dinner reservations because that was quick.
That was a lot of action in a short amount of time right there. Robbie is a buzzsaw.
Yeah, Robbie, again, to sum up this fight, Robbie came out with a big right hand to try to set up the takedown. Got countered, and then that was all she wrote for Sweeney. Powerful takedown from Jones. Battled with position for the good portion of the round, but got it back, laying down some strikes. Finally got that position, flattened him out, and got the choke.
I tell you, though, for his first fight, Jesse handled that pressure. I mean, obviously, it didn't come out the way you wanted, but he handled the pressure fairly well. He defended that first rear naked choke, which a lot of guys would have just, tapped to right away. He tried to get up off of those takedowns. Robbie was just too much. He never backed off.
And looking at Sweeney, his face says, I don't know what just happened. I don't know what I just faced. And I know I'm better than this. So hopefully we'll see Sweeney back in the CageZilla cage.
There's nothing for him to be ashamed of. He just fought a man possessed tonight.
He ran into a buzzsaw, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be back in.
And as a fighter, Chad, I mean, going through a 4-week, 6-week, 8-week camp, even working a job to train, what is that feeling when all that time ends in such a short amount of time?
Man, it's either way, whether you win or lose, when you have a short fight like that, it kind of questions, like, well, did I really need to put in that much time? But the answer is yes. Yes, you did.
The answer is yes, absolutely.
Like we said a while ago, 2 people come in, 1 person to win, 1 person to lose.
Absolutely, and we will go back up to Chris Fuller for the particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Hacho Indermello has called a stop to the action. Just 1 minute and 36 seconds into the very first round. For your winner by rear naked choke, out of the blue corner, Robbie Jones.
This looks like this is a pretty emotional win for him. He is soaking it up.
Well, Chris said just that. I mean, at CageZilla 52, he was dispatched as quickly as he dispatched his opponent tonight.
Yep.
Came into that fight expecting better. So that's why I say I think we'll see Sweeney back, and he'll have that. He would do best to copy the attitude that Robbie Jones had tonight.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is when you have guys come in on their first fight, sometimes even the second fight, you see it where the guys were either the nerves will have them going too hard and fast right out the gate, and then they get that adrenaline dump. Sometimes they come in relaxed, like Sweeney did, and sometimes that's good for you. Tonight it was not good for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, by order of the fire marshal, I need everyone to please find a seat. We should have enough seats in general admission for everyone. Please find a seat.